Hello there, I'm the CCG collector, and this beautiful box right here is the Stanley 10 compartment organizer case. Now I know I'm not the first to review this particular case. In fact, I actually learned about it from another review on another channel, but this may be the first time some of you are exposed to it, and perhaps I'll have something to offer that the other reviews do not. So first of all, you will see that I use it for deck storage. Lots and lots and lots of deck storage. Now, these are all Middle-earth decks. Each of these is an Ultimate Guard 100 plus deck case. Each of them contains a double sleeve deck with, I don't know, about 110 cards or so. These are a number of challenge decks from the Middle-earth CCG that I've sleeved. You can see that I also have a bag with tokens and dice. I've got, for those sick enough to play Middle-earth CCG without a map, region cards, you know, in that worst case scenario. And, well, overall, you can tell it fits these deck boxes absolutely perfectly. So this is a 10 compartment organizer. It holds, what, 12 decks, but it's a 10 compartment organizer. These boxes are double wides. Some reviews have erroneously stated that this actually does contain 12 compartments. In my experience, that is just not the case. But it really doesn't matter, and in fact, it might be useful to have a large case like this. And if you have two of these cases, as I do, you can swap out the compartments between the two cases. So maybe one you only need to have, let me get these out of the way here, maybe one you only need to have these double wides, and you can just put them as you like. Or maybe one you want to have plenty of a single compartment, so you take them out of the other one, you put them in here. Now the nice thing is you can tell that if you look into the case, both sort of on the bottom and also on the lid itself, you have all these fasteners, I guess, protrusions that keep these boxes in place once they're in. You see, it's even kind of difficult for me to slide these back and forth. Once they're in place, they stay in place. And once they're in place and the lid is shut, they absolutely stay in place. Mostly. So here's the box. 15 bucks at your local hardware store. There are two variations of it, one by Stanley, which I use and I recommend because you'll notice that the compartments have square corners. There's a very similar case to this by DeWalt, and those have rounded corners. I've not used it myself, but I suspect it could be hard to fit a deck box in like I do here. It might be damaging to cards if you just put them in sleeved but without a case, so maybe don't take your chances with that. Or do and post in the comments what your results were. Anyway, you see that this holds 100 plus Ultimate Guard deck cases. What else can it hold? Well, obviously you have an 80 plus deck case, and this, you know, or the equivalent, or the equivalent from any manufacturer. KMC doesn't make it, but BCW does, Ultra Pro does. You know, any of this kind of acrylic plasticky style deck box is going to be about this size, is going to fit in these compartments just fine. If you have the even smaller one, of course, same deal, just a little bit deeper. Now, if you have two of them, unfortunately, two will not fit on top of each other, and I don't believe, deck boxes are just too tall to fit in vertically as well. So that's unfortunate. However, what is not unfortunate, if you are creative, take one of these double wides, deck box, and you can fit three of the smallest, probably 60 plus kind of deck boxes in one of these. There you go. Maybe we don't all need 100 plus card decks. Maybe we just need the smaller ones. And you can get some extra use out of these guys as a result. Now, the rest of these I have not actually tried myself, and we're going to find out, of all the deck boxes I have, which work, which don't. So this right here is Deck and Tray Ultimate Guard, of course. It is not going to, nothing doing in the small one, but you can fit it in the large one if you like. Either orientation is just fine. Now, there's going to be some wiggle room, but it does fit. The Ultra Pro Satin Tower. Not even going to bother with the small one. Fits just fine in the large one. That way, either way is good. This is a brand that I've stumbled upon recently, and I actually like quite a bit. This is Dex Protection. This is their creation line, their medium-sized deck box. So you see it has a compartment for maybe 120 double-sleeved cards, 125, 130, which is actually exactly what I need for this kind of deck, and a side component, or side compartment where you can hold components. But will it fit in our case? Oh no, it will not. Unfortunately, it is just too deep, front to back, to fit in this compartment here. Now, if you are courageous, perhaps, you could put it in the area right here. Let's find out if that works. Yes, it actually does. So if you don't mind it being loose in the case, whoops, that's in the way of the camera there. If you don't mind it being loose in the case, you can absolutely fit a Dex Protection medium creation line deck box in here. So that's actually better than I expected. Here is an Ultimate Guard flippin' tray. Where did my double wide go? There it is. This also fits in quite nicely. Either orientation. Looks like we just have enough clearance on the top. Of course, vertically is a fool's errand. Next up, also from Ultimate Guard, we've got a... Oh, these are unfortunately both the same size. I had hoped that I would have an 80 plus and a 100 plus. Oh, and I sure do. So I said these are both the same size. From the front, of course they are. From the side, 80 plus, 100 plus. Will the 80 plus fit in here? It will not. This is the smaller compartment. Not a chance. However, if we put it in the case, let's see. Yes, you can get the 80 plus in the case without having it in one of these compartments. So you can use the case that way. Not a chance the 100 plus will fit in there. However, it will fit in the large one. May not be... Well, that's interesting. Nope. See how it's bowing outward? You're not going to get it to fit in that way. Maybe not the best use of your space, but you can fit a 100 plus Sidewinder. That's what these are. Ultimate Guard Sidewinder, very nice. In the large compartment. It will not fit in the smaller space. No matter how you shake it, I'm pretty sure. So that's that. You see my mess of experimentation here. Hopefully that has given all of you an idea of the many possibilities of this particular toolbox. Again, go to your local Menards, your local Home Depot. You can buy it on Amazon, probably cost a little bit more, probably have a little bit more expensive shipping, whereas if you drop by your local Menards, it won't cost you any shipping whatsoever. 15 bucks, get it on sale, even cheaper. And it holds 12 deck boxes, or quite, if you have smaller ones, if you have larger ones, all sorts of configurations. Very sturdy. I mean, it's got a carrying handle. You take it to your local game event on whatever night of the week you have such events, and you are going to be the man. So, hey, CCG collector here, Stanley 10 compartment organizer here, lots of deck boxes all over the place here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.